this morning's live stream about Squiggle and Scrawl and everybody else and all the news. And I had so many technical difficulties getting started that we're stuck here looking at this Pillsbury Doughboy. I'm not talking about Custard. I mean this guy. Yeah, of course. Custard, I didn't mean you, pal. You don't have to be all offended. All right, well, anyway, yeah, so here we are. I think this is working. Like I said, I had a little bit of trouble getting us up and running, so if anybody wants to hop on the chat there and say something, that might help. There we go. Okay, good. Now I see the chat. Awesome. Let's dive right into the news, if we can, which is that yesterday the rest of the kittens went for their spays and neuters, everybody that was left. And it's mostly good news. Things mostly came out okay. Haha, no pun intended. With the one exception being Sham. Well, I guess the one big exception being Sham. And Sham's not, you know what? I need to stop and correct my phrasing there. Sham's fine. But Sham did not get her spay. That's the big exception. And the reason that she didn't get it was the same reason that some of the others didn't last time, which was that her BNP numbers were a little bit high on her blood work, her pre-op blood work. And the BNP doesn't necessarily indicate anything. It's one of those things that they look for to indicate that, there may be some heart trouble. And they always do that before the surgery. Our vet does that before the surgery every time, because they have to go under sedation. And that's one of the things that you want to make sure is okay. But it's not... it's not a direct indicator. It's just kind of one of those things that says, oh, this might be a problem. So the doc's got to go and do a more in-depth test, or more, I guess accurately, she's got to send it off to the lab to do a more in-depth test. And most of the time that comes back and says everything's fine, or says, that it's not that big of a deal. It's just barely outside the normal range. Or it comes back and says, it's transient, it's no big deal at all. So it's not anything that I'm worried about. It happens a lot. It happened for two of the kittens last week, and I can't even remember which ones it was. That's how much it sticks with me. Although I think one of them was Gimmick, and that Dr. K had said that she kind of wanted to keep an eye on him. I thought it was funny. That's why I remember it, is because one of them was Gimmick, and Dr. K said, well, whoever her adopter's vet is probably going to want to keep an eye on him. And I said, well, good news. That's you, Dr. K, because Gimmick's getting adopted with Rue and is going to continue to be Dr. K's patient. So that'll all work out. Anyway, my point, though, was that Sham did not get her spay yesterday, and it was just because of she needs a more in-depth blood work test that's probably not going to show up any major results, but it did throw a monkey wrench into pretty much everything, because the doctor's booked up through most of the time until Christmas. And thank goodness that the adopters of Sham and Gambit, who, by the way, Sham and Gambit are going together. Shambit is pretty fun to say. I've seen people calling Shambit. I like that. Anyway, fortunately, the adopters of Sham and Gambit are pretty accommodating, and I know it can't have been easy for them, but we actually, I don't know. My point then is that they were able to make accommodations to pick up Sham later. Right. Yeah, I think the thing I glossed over is that the vet's next available appointment is December 20th. So, assuming that everything goes fine for Sham, which I'm sure it will, December 20th is the earliest we can get her in for her spay. And so my guess is that she'll be getting picked up after Christmas, and we may actually have a Sham Christmas after all. I mean, it won't be a Sham Christmas. It'll be a pretty good Christmas, but Sham may be present for it. Yeah. Hi, Edge. So I think, Etch and Trace. Whoop, there went our video. Okay, it came right back, didn't it? I think it did. Anyway, I think, Etch and Trace are getting adopted together. This is Etch. Hi, buddy. He's been very friendly. And Trace is one of these two torties over here looking at the tortie tunnel together. The tortie tunnel together. That's a lot of T's. I don't know what they're doing in there. Or around there. Oh, they found another blueberry. It's a blueberry, everybody. It is the ultimate cat toy. I'm here to tell you, if you have a cat and you have a blueberry, put it down there, because it's been endless fun for these guys. Hustle had one the day before he left, and he could not get enough of it. This might even be the same one for all I know. Maybe he hid it away. He buried it for them to find later. I really need my coffee. Where did I set it down? Anyway, so that's a blueberry. I was saying Etch, the orange kitten, is getting adopted with Trace. This is Trace. She went for her surgery yesterday. She doesn't have her collar back on yet. And I don't know, it may not be that important. I think we can tell everybody that's still here. I think we can tell most of them apart pretty well. It would be tricky for Gambit and the G-Men and Sham. But other than that, I think we've got a pretty good handle on it, don't we? Oh, what was I saying? So kittens, hi, Muriel, what are you doing? Muriel talks so much these days. So we also have a space scheduled for the 21st. So we've got the 20th and the 21st, 2 days in a row, and that is going to be for Sham and for Muriel. So that's the plan. Now, as for the rest of the kittens, they're all done, but I was going to tell you about Caper, whom we should find if we're going to talk about him. Oh, there he is. Hi, Caper. That's good timing, buddy. You just came in out of nowhere. Oh, I need to clean this up, by the way. We put this litter box in the corner of this room, and it's been the most popular litter box in the world, but it also means we get stuff like this, little wet paw prints all over the mantle here. I need to clean up. Mantle? What do you call it? It's not a mantle. It's like a landing or something. So, Caper. You might recall Caper went for his fix last week and didn't get it because his blood work numbers came back unusual. But they came back unusual in a different way than the usual unusual that 3 of the other kittens had. So 3 of the kittens had the BNP situation. And again, that's it's sort of a heart evaluation number. Doctors for human beings use it to see if maybe you've had a heart attack. But when it comes to the kittens, I don't think it's about that. I think it's just sort of to get an idea of how healthy their heart is. And like I was saying, it's not a big deal. We've had many results come back from that where we're like, oh, maybe we put it off and do a further check, and then the further check has never turned up anything of interest. So I'm sure that's the case. Caper's in a different boat. Caper has actually got some kind of infection going on that was turned up in his pre-op blood work. So I'm really glad that the doctor does all of that and finds out about that stuff, because if you look at Caper, you'd never know that there was anything going on with him. And the jury is still out. I guess the jury is still out on what's going on with him. We don't know. We don't actually send it to jury. That would be ridiculous. You don't vote on what's wrong with a cat or a medical patient. You do the investigation, right? It's not a vote. There's no jury here. I promise we do not diagnose our kittens by jury. Wow. Anyway, so little Caper here, although we still don't know what's up. Oh, who is that on the wheel? Look at that. That's Splotch, Butter Splotch on the wheel. There goes Caper. All right, now everybody's wheel. I can't keep up with the kittens. Anyway, all we really know is that he's got some kind of infection going on, and we've done a few different tests so we can eliminate some things real easy, like FIV or FEV-LV. It's an easy, cheap test to do, but it just really wasn't in the running anyway, because there's no place he could have got it. Let's see, I think last I heard there was a mycoplasma test we're still pending lab results for him. And I don't know what all the doctor is considering as far as potential stuff goes, but in the meantime, while we're waiting for those results, she wanted to just try hitting him with another course of antibiotics, and at the same time, we're going to give him a run of steroids, sort of an anti-inflammatory steroid deal. So that's what we're doing. We started on that this morning. He got his first dose of the next set of antibiotics and his first dose of the steroid. So if you see him roid raging around the other kittens, you'll understand what that's about. I'm just kidding about that too. That's not a thing that happens for prednisone. It's it's just not the same kind of steroid. He's not going to bulk up. But let's see here. Hi, buddy. Yes, we are talking about you. So Unfortunately, though, that has also put us in a tight spot about his adopter, and they've been very accommodating so far and super understanding. They just want to make sure that he's healthy, and so do we. Even though, like I said, he does seem perfectly healthy, and if it weren't for the pre-op blood work, would never have had the slightest suspicion. So there you go. Now, just to be fair, I have talked to his adopters, and I've told them that, if they really wanted to sort of continue the investigation with their vet, they're welcome to do that. But I would feel better waiting until we at least know what's going on, so we understand if it's something that is going to be a chronic illness or if it's just something that he's got in passing. I just, it wouldn't be wrong of them to want to do it that way if they've got a vet that they especially trust. I don't think I've heard back yet, so it's still pending. But from my preference, I would like to have him here until we know what's up at least. So we'll see what they decide to choose. I can see it go either way. It's almost Christmas time. He's a sweetheart. He's not visibly ill, and if they have a good vet, if I was that person in that circumstance, I'd be like, no, let's pick him up. We got this covered. And, we're going to take care of him even if it is, so it's something that's going to be a chronic thing. So who cares? But maybe not. Maybe they're like, I don't know, what's a good vet? Finding a good vet is so hard. That's one of the best reasons that I'm glad that DJ and I get to stay here for another 3 years, if not forever. Dr. Katz is just one of those rare finds, just a real perfect vet. So that's a real good reason. Okay, what else can I tell you about the kittens now? Let's see here. I feel like there should be... Oh, right. Yes. Hey, new news. You're right. I just realized because Andrea Chu and the Twinnemans mentioned Dawes, and that triggered in the big news, of course. I think last time I talked to you, I was talking about how I told Dawes, all right, whenever a new mom cat turns up, let's get it in here. And then they even thought they had one. And they tested her and found out she was not a mom cat. She was a faker, so she did not make it through the screening process to attend the academy. She was still found a foster. Of course, that's much easier to find a foster when you are a mom cat that's not a pregnant mom cat, or maybe not a mom cat at all. So anyway, that one did not work out for us, but they did find another one that looks very cute, who's a big old calico. And I had to look this up myself. I'm never really clear on, what the names that people use for the various patterns are. A lot of times I get confused. I find it fascinating. I've read some great articles on it, but I can never remember how people like to define these things. So anyway, I just called her a tortie, but she's not. She's technically a calico. And from what I understand, the difference is calicos have white. It's just a tortie. A calico is a tortie with white. But it's interesting because the way that those genes are linked together, the more white that a calico has, the more the tortie sort of blended pattern becomes big splotches. And that sort of classic patchwork calico that you think of, it's linked together so that white, the more white they have, the more that they're going to form really clearly defined spots of color like you think of. Anyway, from what I've seen of her picture, she probably hasn't got very much white at all because she looks very tortie with white. So there you go. Okay. I'm excited. I hope she's the one that comes to us. Now, like I said, or didn't say, or was saying, she is scheduled to arrive here on Saturday. And even though I've got the annex cleaned, or sterilized, I should say, I still want to mop it, and then it's got to be filled still with things. There's nothing in it. It's literally an empty room right now, and we can't have that. So, here, let's take a minute to rile these kittens up while I'm still talking to you for another 15 minutes. Let's go to the toy drawer. Oh, hang on. Look at all this stuff. This is that. I'm always talking about our cabinet of like really special things. I know there's a bad glare here. I wasn't really planning this. I just walking by and I thought, look at this. I keep thinking it would be fun to show each of these items on a close-up stream someday and talk about, if I can even tell who sent it. Most of the stuff I forget that very quickly. but then I can at least tell you about what it is and why it's special to us, because a lot of this stuff is really cool. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that real quick. All right, some of that stuff is ridiculous. Hi, Mural. Let's get a toy. And let's see, which toy are we looking for here? I think I untangled all these the other day, so we should be pretty clear to pick any old toy. Let's see, I want the wand. Gives me the most options. Oh, and there's a nice, fun mouse right on it already. Good, that's a good choice. We'll go with that. Well, speaking of things I love, I was looking, I noticed this magic photo screen that the alumni got together and gave to us. And I look at it all the time, of course, and it just gives me a smile. And then sometimes I look at it and I see something I haven't ever seen before. I don't know who keeps loading those photos on there or how that works. It's just magic for me, and I love it. There was one of our previous Dilute calicos. I want to say, like Rudy or Poise or somebody. Anyway, in a costume that was very cute. That's just wonderful. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that since we were walking by, but here we are. Now, I was in the middle talking about new mom cat, and the new mom cat is coming to us, so should be coming to us on Saturday, and I've got to make sure everything is ready for her. But I did want to, just let everybody remember that this has happened so many times. If the mom cat ends up giving birth before she gets on the transport, or any number of other things that can happen, like, maybe somebody down there decides they're the perfect foster for her instead, and she gets grabbed up before she can even come to us. It can happen, and it has happened. Again, if we turn up empty on Saturday, that's fine. But I just wanted to let you know the plan's out there, very exciting. We've got to be ready for her. So that is this Saturday. Yes, don't count your mom cats before they hatch. And yeah, it's going to be Saturday night, so we should still be able to do mailbag without any trouble. There we go. I know, I'm not getting super close with this toy, but it is fun. I know I've mentioned this a million times. This is on our website. On our website, we have a page that's called Stuffed Kittens Like, and I'm pretty sure I added this to it. It is just an add-on pack for a wand that you've already got, and it includes like 5 of these. And these are real fur rattle mice, but they're huge. They're much bigger than the regular real fur rattle mice that are so popular already. And then, of course, they've got the hook in the front that lets you put them on a wand. And they are such a big hit on or off the wand. You don't even have to put them on the wand. The cats still love them, but it's even more fun if you do it on the wand for a little while, and then they're like, this is the coolest thing ever, and then you can take it off and let them chew it or play with it or run around with it, and it keeps them distracted even longer. And you don't have to worry about you can't just leave a wand out with the string going, but the toy you can. Anyway, good toy. They all are obviously having a good time with it. I'm having a bad time trying with the camera. This software is supposed to be able to use my wide angle camera, but it never has done it. Let me just hit the button a couple times and see what happens. Hang on. Hi, this is me and Sham. We just put up our Happy Holidays sign from the weekend mailbag, didn't we? Oh no, wait, I hit the wrong button. I hit stop, but it gave me a not stop. That doesn't look any wider. I think we're in the same place we just were. All right, well, it never worked before. Why would it start now? Oh, wow, that's some growling. Can you hear that? Oh, now she's gonna stop. Yeah, so this might be, and fingers crossed, the first class of several girls that don't need a suit. The first since we started, going to a vet that prefers to use sutures. So that could be interesting. I don't want to jinx it, but so far, none of the girls are bothering their sutures at all. So that's good. Yeah, I think I saw Andrea Chu saying if she gives birth before she gets on the transport, then they find a local foster. That's right. I wouldn't want to transport a mom cat that had just given birth. In fact, I don't even like to take them to the vet for the first 3 weeks. Not just 3 weeks. I usually don't like to take them to the vet, until their first appointment is at 6 weeks with us most of the time. and we can avoid it. I don't like to take them before that, but especially the first couple weeks, not unless it's a really important. Of course, almost anything that can go wrong those first few weeks is really important. Anyway, I saw that and I was going to make a comment about it. And now I've completely lost the moment and I can't scroll back with this thing, so that's fine. Whatever. I was going to say something clever. It was witty. It was really, just imagine I said something super clever here. Make your own super clever comment. It was good. Oh, yeah, I know what I was going to say. Yeah, okay, but you know what? Yours was probably better. You just stick with that. Oh, I see people talking about whether the camera's handheld. It is a little shaky, isn't it? But I have the tripod today because we're going to do the goodbye wave from Squiggle and Scrawl, who are getting adopted on Friday, and it could be early. Wait, is it Friday or Saturday? It's one or the other. I'll have to look it up. Either way, I'm worried that it's going to happen before we do another close-up. So for them, we're going to do it today, even though they're probably going to be here for the next close-up. That would be my guess anyway. Oh, yeah, you know, it's nice to have the camera all steady like this, but it's not very nice for me to have to figure out where, you know, I've got to get them all to play now in that spot. It's a very tight angle too. I got to work on that. That's for a future date, whatever. I mean, by work on that, I mean, you know, still I'm always trying to figure out how to do the cameras better. So, Anna, so polydactyl is definitely more common than CH, but it just hasn't been for us. And Mural's not the first poly that we had. We did have a class back in Illinois that had 3 polydactyl kittens. They weren't technically born at the academy, but they were all in. They were a lot of polys, so that was good. It's a good question. We should probably do those goodbye waves before I forget, just in case, because that seems like the kind of thing I would do. In the meantime, for a little fun, why don't I take this thing off the wand and see who plays with it while we do the goodbye waves. This, by the way, is the kind of toy that Mural, if she gets it, she will crush it in her jaws, because that is what she does. She crushes things with her mouth. There's so many mice around here that were not originally flat mice, but that are now flat mice because of her. So, CH is cerebellar hyperplasia, Bryn. It's a wobbly cat syndrome like Bessie had when she was here. All right, I heard a hiss, a big hiss. Oh, because here comes Custard, and is that Eddie? What's Eddie doing in between? They must have been attracted by the sound of all the toys. All right, you guys, break it up. Custard, let's back up. Let's back up a little bit, buddy. Come on. I know, it's not your fault. You weren't doing anything this time. But you still got to be the bigger man. All right. Let's do those goodbye waves before we forget about them. Hi. Oh, hi, Muriel. What are you saying to us? What are you saying to us? Hi. Oh, do you want this? Do you want to crush this with your jaws? Oh, hi. Okay. Yes, I guess you do. Okay, look, I'll just put it up there. You can take it and do whatever you want with it. Well, I want you to see her crushing it like I promised she would do, because I'm really sure she's going to do it. Of course, cats always make me a liar when I say something like that. Oh, now she's just going to give it to her kids instead. Rue, you don't need to go back there and chase everybody away. Okay. So Squiggle and Splotch are the ones. Squiggle and Splotch? No, Squiggle and Scrawl. Okay. Yes, I'm going with Squiggle and Scrawl are the ones that are going this weekend. And if that's wrong, if it's not Squiggle and Scrawl, please somebody tell me. But I'm going to keep going with that theory, Squiggle and Scrawl. I got to put the camera up a little bit because these kids are just all over me and they're all over this toy and they're having a good time. But we got to do those waves. Oh, is that Scrawl with the toy right now? I don't know if it is or not. Hang Hang on, I'm trying, everybody. Oh, who is this? Oh, you got a big growl, Scrawl. Okay, you can say goodbye with your toy. Hang on. Just come here and wave at the camera real quick while you're holding that thing, okay? Just say goodbye. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye, mouse. Oh, hasta la vista. Oh, okay, we got you. Bye-bye. Okay, that'll do. That'll do, right? Here, have your mouse back. Okay, you want it. Good job, tiny Scrawl. Tiny little small Scrawl. All right. And then we're looking for Squiggle. Hi, Squigs, you're right here too. Okay, he came right up to me. There we go. There's our little Squiggle. Bye-bye. Oh, bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Look at the camera when you say bye-bye. No? Okay, too busy. There you go. There you go. There you go. Hey, let's get one like that for your sister. There we go. One more time. Oh, you got the growls. Can we hear those? Can we hear the growls when you say goodbye? Oh, no, you lost it. Oh, you lost the toy to your sister. Oh, I did that. I'm so sorry. Look at that sad face, too. She knows it. Blames me. Now Squiggle's got me. Well, maybe Scrawl will go get it back. What do you want, Muriel? You gave it to them. You're the one that gave it to them. You didn't want it. Hi, Mew. Oh, Mew and Rue are both such sweet, sweet moms. They're so snuggly, and they both love their pets. And I keep wanting to have like a mom cat spa night. Except I think they would both get a little anxious being in there all night. Still, I should bring them up there and just and then let them out whenever they're ready to be done. That would be fun. Also, yesterday I kept seeing Rue and Gimmick interacting. They were playing together, and she was grooming him. And they were actually playing too. They'd wrestle a little bit, and then she'd groom him. And that's just really heartwarming, given that they're, getting adopted together. I can't believe you brought this all the way back to the corner by the popular litter box. This is not a place for any toys. I know. She's like, I need a private place where I can eat this mouse. Well, technically, okay. I mean, yeah, I see why you chose that spot, but no. No. That's probably why I find the best toys in the litter box so often. It's not because they're trying to bury their favorite toy. It's just because they're trying to save it someplace, play with it someplace, and then they get tired of it and they just leave it there. Her growls are so tiny, they're small just like she is. I don't know if you can hear them or not when she's doing it. Tommy is getting pretty big. We haven't looked at him on this stream yet, have we? Hi, everybody. What are you all doing? Oh, there he is. There's Tommy right there. Hi, Tommy. Tommy is getting pretty big, but he's also getting incredibly soft. I think of the softest kittens that we've ever had, and with that real, thick, soft fur, oh my goodness. It's like petting a rabbit. It's so silky and thick, and it's like, I think of Cashew or Filbert. I think they both had that same fur that's just the silkiest, softest. Oh my goodness, like petting a fat cloud with sharp teeth. Yes, like petting a fluffy. See, that's what I'm talking about. Well, this has been fun for me. I hope it's been fun for you, but I've got to wrap it up. I've got so many things to be excited about today, especially, again, that system that I'm working on for automating things around the academy. It's even though every day feels like a setback because every day I run into some brick wall that I end up spending all day down a rabbit hole, trying to fix one tiny little thing. And then the next day I come at it again. With all the optimism of today's the day I get the entire project finished. And then again, down a rabbit hole for one tiny little thing. But it's so fun for me. I'm just really enjoying it. So I'm excited to get back to that. And hopefully someday it will be good enough to actually show some benefit for all of you. More kittens, I think, is the thing that, not bringing more kittens in. I'm just talking about having more kittens visible on the screen more often. That's a good thing for everybody, right? There we go. and more interaction too. I think we've got a lot of fun stuff coming up. Kids, can we at least take this toy away from these cables that look awful and out in the middle of the room where everybody can watch on the regular Kitten Academy live stream? Okay, can we do that? All right, I got to do something better to hide those cables if we're going to keep having a camera over there. That's what this mat was here for, but it doesn't work very well. It was just a temporary. It was like the closest thing at hand, and not staying put as well as it ought to. All right, well, hey, I was saying, let's wrap it up. So thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate it. And, well, we'll do this. Oh, they knocked that off the mantle. We should be doing this again on Friday. Scrawl and Squiggle probably still going to be here. But if not, we've all enjoyed seeing them. And we'll do a Saturday. Friday should be the next close-up. They should still be here. That's the plan. Saturday should be our mailbag at the regular time, 10 o'clock. And, well, after that, just more than usual. I'll let you guys know how it's all going. I'll tell you if we hear any more news about Caper and or Sham. But I don't expect to hear any more news until later at this point. So that's that. I'm gonna go play behind the camera again. I hate having all these cables on the stream, but they like that spot so much. I can turn this other camera to look at it if they're gonna be right there. We can do it. We'll get them on the regular. We'll get them on the Kitten Academy live stream. So if you want to keep watching those kittens, wow, I almost just walked over Rue. If you want to see the other angles, watch these kittens all day long, please do. Kitten Academy live stream here on YouTube. And, consider volunteering at your local animal shelter to foster kittens. You can do what we do. You can probably even do it better. And I hope you do, whether you do it better or not. It's good for the kittens. Something to think about maybe this holiday season. All right. Thanks. That's it. Okay. Bye. Bye, everybody. Goodbye. Awkward goodbye.